Picture this. You are in the finals. You are down by 1 point. You have just enough time to pop a shot before the buzzer goes off. The stress overwhelms you. You start sweating. Your heart rate increases. You get into position and shoot. Game over. You brick the shot. The feeling of your dream getting taken away from you in 1 second is crushing. Your teammates come to cheer you up, but you block them out of your hearing. The question is, what would have happened if you made that shot? Well, this certainly happens sometimes, and it's something you can't control, right? Wrong. There are many things you can do to increase your chances at scoring a game-winning shot and improve your shot accuracy. Well, to backtrack a bit, to score a basket, you must have good precision and accuracy, right? But what makes you precise and accurate when shooting a basket? That is the question I will be answering today. What makes you precise and accurate? The answer would be your shooting form. Though it's not that easy, I will break it down for you. Although there are other factors to being accurate, like how open you are on the court, how confident you are in yourself, and how far you are from the hoop. Those are all things hard to control in game. But the one thing you can control is your shooting form. So let's take a look at famous Stephen Curry and his amazing shooting abilities. Stephen Curry is a lethal shooter in the three-point range, hardly missing any shots. He is considered to be one of the best shooters of all time. So how does he do it? Curry is usually standing outside the three-point line, usually open for a shot. Not being too heavily contested, he usually gets free shots from that range, giving him an advantage. So let's take a closer look at his form. As you can see, he uses the flick of his wrist carefully and precisely to shoot the ball. You can see his fingertips graze the bottom of the ball as it leaves his hand, and this is what results in the backspin on the basketball. So, for you to have a good form, you want to have your eyes on the basket. Also, you should bend your knees slightly for more balance. Then, position the ball to your shot pocket. This is so the ball is aligned with your elbow. Then make sure you have a good firm grip on the ball. Finally, you want to put your ball straight in front of your face with your forearm perpendicular to your bicep. And for the delivery, as you start to jump off the ground, you need to use the momentum to push your ball up with your wrist. Your wrist should remain relaxed so your fingertips will just follow through with the ball. And make sure your fingertips swipe the ball as it leaves your hand. This will create the backspin effect. Backspin in basketball is very useful. It is from the Magnus effect. The Magnus effect was founded in the 18th century from British mathematician Benjamin Robbins. The Magnus effect is described as a phenomenon that is mainly characterized by a spinning object that is moving through a fluid, gas, or liquid, wherein there is relative motion between the spinning body and the fluid. Meaning that when backspin is applied on a basketball, it gives an upward force, and can be represented with this diagram to help you give an understanding of what I mean. So backspin generates lift by disturbing the airflow around the basketball. Backspin helps create more lift by speeding up the air going over the top of the ball and slowing down the air flowing underneath the ball, meaning it will have a higher arc and it will have a softer shot. This is important in basketball because if you're shooting a straight shot with no spin, it will just straight on hit the rim with no quadratic-like shape. Rather, with backspin, it will help keep the ball in the air longer to help it float right into the net. This shot can be used in any circumstances, even for layups. There's one more trick that may help you hit a longer or shorter range shots. Let's say you're in the deep three position. You have the ball and you're going for the shot. You would need a lot of force to be put into your shot for it to go in. And since force is directly proportional to acceleration, you would also have a very fast shot, so the chances of it going in are slim to none. But the trick is, in that situation, you would need to put more backspin on the ball compared to if you're closer up. This will help gain its arc-like shape and soften the shot so it can go right into the hoop. When the mass of a body is constant, as in the basketball, the net force on an object equals the mass times acceleration of the object. So F equals m times a. The net force acting on the object is the sum of all the forces, magnitude and direction, acting on the object. So what does this have to do with basketball? Well, since the weight of the basketball remains constant, like the rule says, all it's saying is that to find the acceleration needed, you have to look for the amount of force you're using and divide it by the weight of your ball. Well, you don't actually have to do math, but just a rough estimate will be good. Well, anyways, thank you for watching, and hopefully you learned something new. And hopefully you hit the game-winning shot with your newly improved basketball form. Thank you.